Joe Tessitore. We welcome you ringside for a much anticipated bout. Let's set the table for you and get ready to dish up this big night of action.
Jesse James.
Ortiz is making his way to the ring. And I know you're used to seeing many ring walks where guys are really jacked up. This isn't one of them.
It's crazy. Pernell moved up 3 weight classes.
There's really 3 different weight classes, yeah.
Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker's ring walk. Something special in the air. You can just sense it out of him.
I wonder if he's got any relation to Forrest.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. Who knows? Kind of looks like him. You know what I mean?
So because that movie was watching Alright. This guy's 44.
Going down, sucker.
Yes, sir. Whitaker.
Alright, fellas, let's have a good time, boys. Put them up and let's go.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. Well, we've been waiting all week to call this one. Teddy, what kind of fight are you expecting?
Well, the kind of guys that they get insulted if you miss them, Joe.
So the early action here in this fight should reveal an edge. Whitaker's got speed. He can move.
Well, they say speed kills. He better just be careful he doesn't have an accident. He doesn't get reckless with that speed.
Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Very nice defensive guard there. Able to land the hook to the head. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Ortiz is so dangerous with that accuracy, a 2-punch combination landing. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Nicely timed 1-2. Ortiz's defense, is it ever good? Look at how easy he's able to block those punches. 10 clicks of the top. Whitaker's eye is an absolute mess. That cut is really a major issue. Now, if you're his opponent, it's got to be the primary target, right?
Yeah, in a way, but you don't want to get carried away where you're just aiming at one thing. You want to throw your punches. You don't want to go out there now, start chucking for an exact spot there. You get caught up too much in that. If it's going to land, it's going to land in that area, and the damage will be done.
This guy's deep. Now, if you throw 3 or 4 punches in a row, you can turn this thing around.
Not today, Junior.
Turn this thing around. They said he was the speed guy, but
Here we go. Round 2 is underway.
1, 2, 3.
Whitaker's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened. And if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is, Joe, not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there, but where it's at. The doctor will look to see whether or not it's the kind of cut that if it gets worse, it could actually be physically damaging to his career.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Halfway through round number 2. Blocks that punch. Nice block. Ortiz's combination punching is working well here. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see. They're sending more than one at him now. The combo to the head. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Scores with the uppercut. And that's the end of round 2. Let me paint this picture for you. You got to figure out a strategy, and your fighter's down to one eye.
Well, I hope that he read some history books or he watched the movie named 300. You saw that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie about the Spartans where they were outnumbered and they had to get the terrain right to fight the fight. They had to get into the mountains where the greater forces, the great army, could not be the great army. They could not get in there and battle where they could take advantage of their superior forces. So that's what he's got to do. He's got to move the fight into a portion of the ring where he will not be vulnerable on that side.
He gets off with a combination up top. Able to cover up that gut. Sound defense. Good block that time by Pernell Whitaker. He scored well after being hit himself. He digs in, trying to bank away body shots with the combo. Little head hunting with the left. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. A good jab by Pernell Whitaker. Oh, he just misses with that headshot.
Nice work, nice work, nice work.
A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it.
Left and right, left and right. Come on, baby. Relax, come on now, relax. Deep breath.
Able to get rid of that one. Little head hunting never hurt. Goes with the hook. Ortiz is giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. Whitaker's in that position that nobody likes to be in, seeing your own blood and knowing you've been cut. Look at his mouth.
Yeah. 2-8.
Go out there, go out and fight this guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Come and get it,
Take
brother.
to this guy.
Come and get it.
Have to go and get this
I
guy.
agree with that.
Keep your hands up, all right? Keep your guard.
Huh?
You having shit?
No.
Oh.
start round number
Oh,
4.
that's
Not
the
a
last
lot
one.
separating these guys. Sometimes you can steal a round or two just by being the busier guy.
Yeah, reminds me a little bit about those legendary stories the old timers used to tell me about Rocky Marciano. You know, they used to say that he used to hit the guy's arms. You know, he wasn't scoring clean, but he was keeping his opponent from scoring back. And then later in the fight, he was disabling his opponent from coming back.
Whitaker's not jabbing that much right now. That's got to help out his opponent.
Yeah, you know, that's like giving him a free one. Because now his opponent doesn't have to worry as much when he walks in. No jab to keep him out. He's going to see the other punches coming so much easier when there's not a jab covering them.
Ortiz is almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly. Now he ties up there. Good step back counter punch there.
Beautiful.
The answer is
90 seconds to go in round number 4.
Yeah, baby, good work, good work.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Pernell Whitaker.
Give you that one.
Ortiz is doing very nicely on the outside here in this fight. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Ortiz is putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Hooks to the head. Ortiz has got that catch me if you can kind of attitude. He's almost daring his opponent at this point to try to land a headshot, but his movement's been so good. His defense is just supreme.
Yeah, it is. He's moving from the waist. He's slipping the straight shots. He's weaving the hooks. He's doing a real magical job in there. But his opponent is making no adjustments at all.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Ortiz is making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Very effective with the block and then the score. Ortiz's right hand working well that time. He scored well. Still no defense out of him. Still no ability to stop this onslaught. He's taking serious damage.
And you got to worry about his future. Because the damage he's taking right now for tonight, okay, we understand that, but how is this going to impact him for the future? That's where you're starting to get into a danger zone right now.
Halfway into round number 5 here. Ortiz's cut is not looking good at all. I'm getting the sense that this fight could be stopped at any moment.
So the key is where the cut is. When the referee brings the doctor up to look at it, he's going to look at whether or not getting worse will imperil his health down the road.
Teddy, you've made the point a few times that, hey, it's nice to have something where you got the superior advantage. In this case, he's got the speed. But you can't fall in love with it too much.
No, because what happens then, you're like a teenager that gets one of those sport cars. You know, he gets carried away. He doesn't respect the speed yet. And he starts to run red lights. He starts to do things that he shouldn't do. And that's what's happening here. He's starting to jump in with those quick hands. He figures he doesn't have to respect the dimensions other guys have to. And when he's jumping in, he might get caught. There might be a cop there or a punch there to nail him.
Good flush shot upstairs. Ortiz is hitting the mark right now. How precise was he there with that 3-punch combo?
It's all yours, baby. Don't get lazy out there. You gotta land a big punch now, champ. No doubt about it. You lose this fight. You need to throw and land a big shot and knock his guy out.
I get that.
Now listen,
Good luck.
your best.
You gonna try?
Over the hump, the back end of the fight now begins. And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there.
Come on, kid, focus now. I need you to focus more.
You see he's committed to that body work. Whitaker's thinking right now that he's doing a good job defensively, but it's really not the case, Teddy. Every so often, you will see a punch split that guard.
Yeah, he's just standing there. First of all, the gloves, he needs to extend them just a little bit away, so as you said, those punches, aren't going to force their way through to the target, which they're doing right now. They're getting down to him. They're getting through to him.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Right back to it upstairs. Whitaker's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found.
Good job.
Combination to the head. And he returns on that exchange.
Lucky bitch.
He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Ortiz's cut, and you can see blood coming from his mouth. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down.
Get out of it.
And that's the end of round 6. One of his eyes is completely shut. They want this fight to continue on. They want to give themselves every chance they have to win it. What do they need to do?
Well, what they need to do is be very calm in the corner, get pressure on that cut, get the right medicines in there, and maybe find a way to fool around in the corner somehow, dump some water, in the corner, where the referee has to spend a little bit more time cleaning it up. They want to get a little bit more seconds.
Still right.
Here we go. Action to start the 7th round. Whitaker's now got to figure out a way to do exactly what he did in the last round here at the start of this round.
Yeah, and his opponent has to stay here. You seem to forget that sometimes, Joe. His opponent has to make sure that he doesn't
Sounds like you
do
won
the
that
same
last
thing he
round,
did the
by way.
last
He's
round.
talking.
I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Still not moving enough. Come on now. Move.
Ortiz is making for a very inviting target right now. That cut is much worse than it was just moments ago.
Tried to take
What he
my
has to
time
do
on
is
that
he's got to
last
be
round.
elusive right now. He's got to get on his horse a little bit and give those medicines that will put into the cut a chance to work a little bit. But also, he's got to slow his opponent down. Catch him with something so he doesn't keep going after that eye.
He got rocked earlier in this fight. I don't see him changing much up, Teddy. Would you be advising him that now is time for an adjustment?
Well, you have to have a plan B, maybe even a plan C when you come into it. Maybe he doesn't have one. Now, if he doesn't have one, you're not going to tell him to start changing up, because then you're basically saying, I don't know what to do, but, we're in trouble.
Be into the punch.
The tactical game paying off. You can see the counterpunch.
Yeah, you see the counterpunch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, he gets caught.
That's not the case. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
10 seconds to go in this round. Ortiz is showing you that sublime skill right now with that 2-punch combo. And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round.
Oh, wow.
2%.
Jeez.
Let's go. you waiting for? You want this fight?
Beginning of round number 8 here.
It
Teddy's
is losing
scorecard
my
has it in
mind.
one direction. Ortiz is up on Teddy's scorecard. However, Teddy, I think there is some concern with him. He has taken some damage.
Yeah, it's not a day at the beach. He thought it was at the beginning, but that tide is rolling in.
He just missed that shot up top. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Throws a counter punch there. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Ortiz is, Teddy, this has got to drive his trainer crazy because he's leaving himself wide open with these sweeping shots.
Well, you talk about that old saying, leaving the barn door open, and the horse is going to go out. Well, guess what? The punches, sooner or later, they're going to come in.
Straight right was lined up, but he missed. 90 seconds to go. The beating has ended. That is enough
Beat him.
unanswered punches. The
He was in
ref
93.
stops it. It's a TKO victory. You gotta defend yourself, and he was
Don't like
taking
those
a
wins.
bad beating. This fight is done.
Look down.